Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
Hello and welcome to episode 55 of the Atom Radio Drive Time podcast, the best bits of drive time, which you can hear in the week, 3 until 7 on atomradio.co.uk. On TuneIn, the free version will do. If you grab that and stick it on your iPhone or your Android, you can listen on your smart speaker as well. And we are on iTunes Radio. So we have got you covered. On the way this week in the podcast, the best bits. Now, you remember last week, this news about Area 51 and raiding Area 51. And there was this ludicrous Facebook event, wasn't there, with raiding it in some anime-style run. Well, we'll discuss the best and worst outcomes on that. We've got taxpayers' money funding the already rich, laughing when you shouldn't, and how to ask an inappropriate question that you want to ask for the right reason. Yeah, how do you do that? All that and more on this week's podcast. It's episode 55 and it starts right now.
Atom Radio, ooh yeah, playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denholm.
atomradio.co.uk.
Monday's drive time, 3:26 if you're in the UK, wherever you are around the world. Hello, you're very welcome. Area 51 then. There is this plan to storm Area 51 and apparently go and see the aliens. Right now, there was this thing about last week trying to run like some anime character. It's fake. It won't work. But no, if you were to take this on, right, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, you're going to be arrested and locked up. Not good. Number two, you're going to be shot. At best, you'll be injured. At worst, dead. Number three, should you actually be successful, which you won't be, you're going to be abducted by aliens. Why do you want to even try it?
Drive Time with Mark Denholm.
What did you get up to this weekend? Did you buy any new furniture or anything like that? Who paid for it? You or the taxpayer? Who paid? That's the question, right? I tell you for why. Boris Johnson has used taxpayers' money, thousands of pounds worth of taxpayers' money on new furniture ahead of his expected move into 10 Downing Street. He told civil servants he didn't have any stuff because his strange wife kept all of his belongings when he moved out of their marital home. He said last week that an example of him putting his best interest aside instead of the public interest was the mere pittance he earned. Boris Johnson earned £830,000 in the year since he quit as foreign secretary. So he's earned all of that money and then got taxpayers to buy his furniture. So yeah, if you went out shopping this weekend, if you were like, trundling around IKEA, did you pay or did you just expect the taxpayer to pay?
Drive time with Mark Denholm.
Atom Radio. I did see a few convertibles out and about at the weekend, actually. It was quite nice weather locally. So yeah, 28 degrees it is right now if you are like just finishing work. Go on, if you've got a convertible, drop the roof. Go on, do it. We're talking about times that you laugh where you shouldn't laugh. Now, on Saturday, I went to Bracknell Ice Rink for the reopening of the Bracknell Skate Shop. If you are needing anything skating related, go down there at the John Knight Leisure Sport Complex, John Knight Way. Anyway, that wasn't why I was laughing. I was laughing because as I was arriving, I parked my car and I went to get my son out. As I did, I'm obviously unstrapping my son, who's nearly 4, from his car seat. At the same time, a lady has stalled her car 4 times whilst trying to bay park. And I was thinking, I shouldn't really be laughing, but I just can't help but laugh. Like, the first time I was like, oh dear. Second time, oh dear. Third and fourth time, I couldn't help but laugh. So sorry if that was your car, I am.
Yeah!
Mark Denholm.
atomradio.co.uk.
It's coming up 11 after 3. On Friday afternoon, you got Mark with you until 7 o'clock. Today, we'll do Beat the Intro, we'll do the brain teaser and all that for you. Damien Hurley is back in the news again today with another picture in which he looks just like his mum. Now, his mum's not an unattractive lady, but he is a guy and she is a lady. I don't need to say any more than that, do I? I'm just totally and utterly confused by this. And he's got a job modelling. I mean, whatever happened to having to be fairly masculine to be a model? Whatever happened to that? What has happened to the world we live in?
Drive Time with Mark Denholm.
So this question then, it's a dilemma. It really is. And it probably would get me punched in the face. All right. But I'll tell you the story and then the question. over the last 18 months, I have lost nearly 5 stone in weight now. Totally unexplained, and I am what I would call underweight. I'm not really comfortable. Okay, so I'm thinking, right, when somebody who was fat becomes thin, you go up to me and say, wow, you look great, you've lost loads of weight, how did you do it? And people are all excited and they enthuse about it, don't they? They're like, oh, well, I did a bit of exercise, changed my diet, did this, did that, I did this slimming club, that slimming club, etc., 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 right? You can give them a pat on the back and you can say, hey, well done, But then someone in my position who has lost a lot of weight, if I was to go up to someone and say, hey, you've got really fat, congratulations, how did you put so much weight on? That's not going to go down as well, is it? And it probably, if I was to go up to a lady and say, hey, look, you've got really fat, haven't you? How did you do it? Well done. I think I'm probably going to get a punch in the face rather than anything else, or maybe a kick where it hurts. But in my position, can't do it, can you? It's a question that only ever works one way. If you have lost, a few stone and you look really great, people will say to you, oh, well done, how did you do it? But then for someone that wants to gain weight, you can't go up to someone that's become fat and say, how did you get so fat? It's just not going to work, is it? It's just going to offend somebody. And you know what? I don't mind offending someone if they need offending, but I wouldn't just offend someone for the sake of it. That's a little bit harsh, isn't it? Yeah. So what do you do in my position? Ask the question or keep your mouth shut and just wonder. atomradio.co.uk. So come on then, that is a genuine question, isn't it? For a genuine reason. There's nothing fake about that question at all. I am asking it for the right reason. But whoever I ask, it's just going to offend them though, isn't it? You're basically saying, hey, look, you're really, really fat, so it's really just going to offend somebody, isn't it? But then I would love to know the answer because I am just jealous of these people that just look at food and all of a sudden gain 2 stone. I'm so jealous right now, but I don't think I'll be able to ask that question if I'm honest. What about Boris Johnson, spending the taxpayers' money to buy his furniture to furnish number 10 Downing Street, living at the taxpayers' expense, earning well at the taxpayers' expense? He'll now get the Prime Minister's salary, and that's more than the £79,000 that he got on his own just as an MP. So get the Prime Minister's salary. I don't know whether he'll still write for the paper or not. I don't know whether you can still do that or not as the Prime Minister. But he earned handsomely, really, didn't he? He earned handsomely last year. Or this year, sorry, and even still, the taxpayer has bought his furniture. And that makes me think as well about something else. When you go on Instagram and you see all these celebrities, oh, thank you so much to @whoever for whatever. And damn fine they've been given that for free, don't you? Or they'll go on and they'll mention, oh, I do wish I had @whatever, and then the next thing you know, they'll get it sent to them. And that's marketing, isn't it? That is marketing, product placement. Because then that celebrity who can easily afford what they've got for free is then kind of selling it to those that can't afford what they'd have to pay for. That's marketing. That's 2019. That's episode 55 of the podcast. On that cheery note, thank you so much for checking out this week's. You can subscribe on iTunes, you can subscribe on Google Play, and you can also subscribe on Spotify too. There will be another podcast, of course, next week. That'll be episode 56. Drive Time returns on Tuesday this week. No drive time on Monday because it's my son's birthday. So just in case he is listening in advance, he's so excited. It's his 4th birthday on Monday. So happy birthday, Willie Will. He is very excited about that on Monday. I will not be here. I will still pick the 80s, by the way, for Monday's 80s today. That's the 29th of July. But no drive time on Monday. Back on Tuesday.
Atom Radio. Ooh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denham.
Atom Radio.